All right. So let's go on. 83. 83, everybody. Poco più mosso means what? A little more motion. Here we go. 83 then. Professionals play, because what's happening is you're doing very well, but it becomes a little bit of a free-for-all at 103. We're not sure who's got the melody. So listen to the pros play and listen for that melody. And we're at 95, if you would please. 95. Trumpets you see that you have to really play out there at 103. It's the melody. He just displaces the first note. He's an octave lower before. So you play out louder and everybody else. It's very thickly scored, so you want to be careful to do that. All right, I want to go on. I'd like to get to the other piece too, but let's do a little bit of this tempo primo business. At 118, where the snare drum has this. Sorry. It's okay. Let's hear what you do. We are at 118. Snare drum? Who's doing it? Oh, there you are. Sorry about that. Sorry. What are you guys taking turns? Is that very good. You play a little bit loud. Very well played. Very nicely done. One more time, please. Now, look, it's the same melody, isn't it? Right? But what's he doing? He starts with the clarinet, and the plan is now he's joined one measure later by the bassoon. It's staggered, isn't it? Da, dee, da, 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 dum, bum, ba, dum, bum. He's very economic with his materials. We're at 118 now. Very difficult place, right? What do you suggest that they have? What should they try to do here to keep this thing together? Well, the only problem is that he abandons them on the downbeat of his solo. They have nothing to hang on to, so that's the problem. All right, do this for me, John. Will you be my metronome, please? No, let him play his part. But when he stops, I want you to just maybe a light rim tap, and I want you to just keep the eighth note. Here we go. Once again, please. Snare drum. 1, 2, and go. Better? Yes? Much better. Okay. So what have you got to do here now, you two? Keep the eighth note in your head, but what else are we going to do at home? Metronome, you betcha. Because that'll do it, because you can lock that thing in there. And once you hear that going on, it'll be just great. Now the other thing you both need to do is what I told you before. Do you have a pencil there? Yes. Good. You have a pencil there? After the quarter note on beat 3, put a big space. Da, dee, da, 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 dee, da. place where you get in trouble is you kind of hurry that particular rhythm. Okay, so you want to do that every time. Very good. That was nice. So everybody's got to be thinking the eighth note all the time. We'll do it one more time at 118. What's that? Yeah. Do the eighth for us. That'll help. We're real light. Here we go, guys. Ready? Repeat. Much better. Clarinet bassoon, very well done. You did a good job. So use your metronome at home. Think about the subdivision because you want that to be really, because you lay the groundwork for the rest of that piece. You don't want to have a problem. All right, let's look at the variations on Scarborough Fairs. Okay, let's play together. Everybody? Okay, he's getting his vibraphone. Set? Okay. I want to show you something French horns that's kind of important. I'm not sure, you probably already saw this. Lauren, play the melody at 17. Amy, play your three measures before that tempo changes. See where you have your halves, quarter notes. It's measure 10. You start on a C. Your part sets the stage for the solo, for the tune, for the melody of this entire piece. Okay, so that's a terribly important part. So really belt that out. That would be very good to do. All right, now let's go on 4 bars before 17. Okay, may I hear the keyboard instruments, please? The vibraphone and the bells. 1, 2, 3. Now, folks, we have to be out of the way 4 bars before 17. We've got to be able to hear that. I would suggest in the vibraphone that you play that louder at the beginning of the thing. Play it pretty big, okay? Let's all play, and then everybody gets out of the way. Here we go. We are 4 bars before 17. 4 before 17. Really, I'm going to insist upon it. I'm not going to stop, so I'm going to nag you, okay? Like a big parrot.
Also, make sure you're getting your instrument up on time. You're getting it up right before your solo. I would be nervous playing like that. I usually like to get mine up, a couple bars before, just depending on how fast.
Let's all start. You play with it, okay? We'll go 4 bars before 17 once again. Yes, please. 4 before 17, everybody. That's allowed. I don't mean to digress, but that's the nature of the workshop, is that something will happen and it spurs a thought in my head. Dave, if you and the tuba, trombone, tuba, and the horn, and the clarinets, could you play for me with the sustained note 4 before 17? Play it for me. I want you, linear players, I want you to listen to this, okay? I want you guys play for me and play it 14. Just play the first note. Do it 14. Okay, now listen to this. They're going to play it mezzo forte. Now they're going to play it piano for you. What do you hear? What do you hear? Yes, sir.
Same tone quality?
Thank you. Exactly. Exactly. How do you do that?
Well, it's just a matter of having a concept of sound that you want to produce before you even bring the horn to your face, and being able to duplicate that, creating the mental image, and then creating it with air.
Okay, I understand that, but what I'm concerned about is just how does one do it physically? Yeah.
Sure. Playing it loud, it's like you're lifting a heavy box quickly. And playing soft, you're doing the same amount of work, you're just lifting that heavy sound more slowly. There's just as much support, but it's not moving as fast.
Okay, but what exactly, when you're playing the tone, does it feel like you have more pressure in your body or less pressure?
It feels like I have the same amount of pressure, but it's just not leaving the body as quickly.
That's what I wanted to hear. You're letting it out less fast.
Yes.
Okay,
But it's the
that's
same
what's
amount
wrong.
of pressure.
Huh?
Same amount of pressure to play quietly or loudly.
But you're just letting it go. So he's taking the same. What does it feel like to you, Amy, when you play it?
Well, I make my hole smaller, so where the sound comes out, I try to make that smaller, but I'm still blowing with the same intensity.
But you take the same. Do you take the same amount of wind that you did for
Oh,
forte?
Yes.
See, that's the mistake that we're making. Is that I think we see that dynamic, which is what mezzo forte there with a diminuendo. We say, aha, I only have to play that for 2 bars and an 8th note, so I'm going to, unconsciously. Nobody does this on purpose, but you take less air. Let's all of you play the very first note there that have that sustained pitch. It's horns, trombones, tuba, and the clarinet and the bassoon. Play the note for me. Take a deep breath, and I want you to play the note like a good mezzo forte.
We can play it.
Nice, healthy sound. Everybody breathe deeply. I want to hear it. Ready? Okay, now let's professional players play that note for them at a mezzo piano level. Now with the linear players, I want you to breathe deeply and focus. Get your embouchures focused. Breathe deeply. Everybody play. Ready? Keep the air moving though, not louder. Okay. We could spend the whole session on that, but it's very, very important that you think that, because we've got to get away from the kind of grainy sound. It's hard to do, very difficult to do. So we want to work on that. All right, we're going to start at 17. Now, there's something that I want to deal with here. First of all, what's the style of this? Is this song or dance at number 17? Song. It's song. Okay, so it's linear, is it not? All right. Now, the thing is, how can we make this sound as if there's motion happening in the music? Lauren, can you play for them? First of all, play it straight without any inflection. Okay. Now, all I'm going to ask her to do is to bring out either beat 3 or beat 2 and 3, making it lead over. Her wind's going to go a little faster, leading it to the next bar. I think you're going to hear a sense of movement. It sounds like it's going someplace. Now, do you play that with her? Or who plays it? You do. Aha. Here we go. 2 of you play. And I want you to just follow what she does. Sit up real straight. There you go. Here we go. That's good. Won't hurt. Promise. Here we go. Right there. The 2 of you. Do what she does. 1, ready, and. Bring this out. Seth. Now come back. Come back. Now bring these 2 notes out. This note. These notes. Okay. Throughout the entire piece, brass, when you have the variation, the la, da, da, dee, it's always 2, 3, 1. Always that shape. Could we do that? Where do you play that brass? You have that
52.
I see it. Do 62 for me, please. 62, just the trumpets. Oh, all the people that have quarter notes in that measure. I'm jumping ahead, I know. Measure 62. Trombones have it, trumpets have it. Bring out 2 and 3. 1, ready, go. This note, bring it out. This note. It's got to be that kind of thing. I would love to spend a lot more time on it, but let's play. Let's play from 17, everybody. 17. With the flutes, please. Go. Everybody, 17. 1, ready, and. I'm sorry, that's okay. No problem. We're going to start right at 17. 17. 1, 2, and. Have to stop a minute and point out the exceptional playing. That's terrific. Really good playing. Very expressive. All right, we're going to go on. We're going to start measure 52. So do what he did, do what they did in the trumpet. Everybody at 52. We're bringing out beats 2 or beat 3. Bass drum, I think you should play a little less loud. Playing great, it's just you're right with me and everything, but it's a little too loud, I think. Listen to the professional players play right there. This is measure 72. Measure 72, just the 8 notes. Just the isolated 8 notes. It's just in the brass and the saxophones, not the embellishment stuff. Da, ti, ta, those notes. Listen to play. Could you just sustain the first note that you play? Sustain it. Play it a bit shorter. You hear it's the same tone. It's what my friend here said about the dynamics. It's the same tone quality, isn't it? All of the players, linear players as well, play with them. Sustain the first note for me. We want to get that sound when we play the shorter note. Just watch me. Hold your bell up, please. Hold it up. Play the note. Watch me. Again. 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 What do you suggest? You see what I'm trying to get? We want a full, beautiful sound on a very quick note. How do you do that? Michael, Ben, James. Somebody. Amy.
The air is immediate, so right away that I have the full amount of air that I need to play the note. So it's
So you get all this.
air.
Yeah. And what does it feel like to get that sound that quick? Just that's okay.
Like an arrow.
Like an arrow. Okay. Someone said, David said about blowing towards a target. Did you not say blowing towards a spot?
Yeah, just thinking to the very back of the hall.
Yeah.
Filling the entire area with your sound.
I want to think about if you've ever watched a string player play, if they play a note like that, the bow will go a really fast bow, but a lot of bow, but it'll be very quick, but a lot of ta, like air going about 40 miles an hour through the instrument. Try those parts for me, please. This is measure 72. Everybody play. Ha, 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 ha. Tone. 1, 2. That's quite a bit better. That's what you want. You want tone on every note. Let's all start there, please. Measure 72. Measure 72. Let's move ahead because we're running out of time a little bit. Let's go on to 120. 120. Now again, apply what we were doing, the thing that the bassoon player and the clarinet did so well in the other piece. They were thinking that subdivision, because you're all by yourself here in the saxophone and the clarinet, so you want to be thinking that eighth note. Here we are. We're at 120. Everybody? All right. So the minute you finish your idea there in the saxophone and the clarinet, you've got to get out of the way because you've got to hear this. What is this called? This kind of writing? Like a fugue. Yeah. So you have a little statement of a fugue, good. And then the next person comes out. So it's over after a few bars. The rest of you get out of whatever you have to do to get out of the way, do so. Very good, saxophone, very good, clarinet. Right there, please, 120, where the fugue starts. Well, we've made some interesting changes, I think, and some just adding on to what you're already doing very, very well. Your band director has taught you very nicely, and I hope that this has been interesting to you and profitable. And thank you for being so cooperative and so quiet and responsive, and I hope you got a lot of things out of it. If you have any questions of my colleagues, please feel free to do so. So I think that will conclude our session today. Thank you. Give a hand to all the players. Bravo. Yeah. Good job.